Alright guys, Roger back. So I'm doing my blower motor on this K100. So the factory one is 24 volt and it went out before last winter, and so I got with, I think, Shoreline. They make an aftermarket box for these that's brand new because the bottoms of these are notorious for rotting out. So I got their blower motor that they recommended to put in here and put it in real quick last year. Just tore the old bracket out and zip screwed it in there. Well, now that it's getting colder, I went to use the heater here 2 weeks ago, and it wouldn't work. Opened the dash up, wire broke on the toggle switch. Okay, so fixed that, still wouldn't work. Opened up the panel on the heater box, and the wires were off on the blower motor. Plus the blower motor was sitting on the heater core. I didn't get any pictures of that. I should have, sorry. So I've been working on tearing this heater box out and found some goodies behind it, which is really neat. I'll put that photo in here. I'll show you in a second. So flip you around here, show what I've been doing. So heater box is out. Heater box is out. So I'll get all this cleaned up, but there's a bolt hole there and a bolt hole there that that hold this outfit in. Plus there's a bar that goes across there. I had to drill one screw out to get it out. But here's the heater box on the ground. I had to cut this bracket out last year to get the blower motor to fit in there, and it just, sits right up in there, and I had to zip screw it in here. So I'm gonna finish tearing this thing apart as much as I can and put this blower motor in there, right? Yeah. So excuse me. So get all this cleaned out. Like I said, the one stud is broke on this side, so I might go through, and it's just spot welded in there. I might see if I can get that out and bolt it in right, but I should sand this down while I got it out and shoot some black paint on it. I think all I have is red. It might get red, I don't know. So, but other than that, it's in really good shape. This is the blower motor that I put in last year, and it's for the 900 and T800s is what Shoreline recommended. Part number is where? Here's part number. Yeah, there's the part number. Let me see it that well, focus. Let me pause this and clean my photo. Alright, so here's the part number. The video closed out on me. Here's the part number for this blower motor. This is 12 volt. Compared to the old one was 24. So again, I just zip screwed it in last year. I'm gonna do it right. I gotta go get some bolts, some small bolts, and put this thing in right, and then put this thing back in there, put the heater core back in. So that's what's going on right now. And yeah, I got everything all torn apart. You see the date on here, maybe, probably not. But the date on this says 12/15 of 82. And it's from Red Dot, and of course Kenworth said they couldn't get parts for it. So I contacted Red Dot and gave them the numbers off this thing. And they said all that stuff is obsolete. Being 40 years old, I kind of expect it. So when I dynamite the cab, here later on. I'm probably going to pull this insulation off. And put only dynamite in here, and then paint this thing red. Probably I might do it today, because I don't have the cover, the cloth cover to go over it. It's at home. Last year the wires come off the blower motor in the middle of winter last year, and I just tore it off on the side of the road to fix it. You know, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. And I just tore it off and fixed it. They're on the side of the road out in Indianapolis. So that's what's going on. I'll show you as I go, and yeah, stay tuned. All right, so blower motor's in. I just went ahead and put the screws back in. I had to pull the housing apart just to get to everything, but there's screws back here now, and then one in each corner. Pulled this thing in. It shouldn't go nowhere. Last year when I put this in, I couldn't really get in here. So the box is upside down. This is the bottom. This goes in the floor. So again, that's the bottom, that's the top. This is where your blend door is, which is just one door. Yeah, it's just one door. And then this goes to the bunk, this spot right here. So, I thought about painting it. You know, at least this down here, I still might shoot it real quick while I have it out. Just, you know, lightly sand it and shoot it red. And then, I don't know yet. But I got to get it put back in. I got stuff to do tonight. And, again, we're in the men's restroom. Doing work. So, that's what's going on. I'm getting ready to set this thing back in there because I got to have it ready for Monday. And, again, I got stuff to do tonight. So, that's what's going on. I got the floor cleaned out. I got the floor cleaned out and found the cab is cracked on the floor. I'll show you. What I'll do with it yet. I got it mostly cleaned out, but if you look here, you can see that's cracked. I'm not too worried about it on some of the shitty roads I go on. Doesn't surprise me. I mean, this cab is aluminum, so I'm not too worried about it. Is what it is. I'll fix it later. Don't have time to fix it now. As they say, run hard Monday through Friday and fix it on Saturday. Owner-operator life. So, and then I mentioned that I was going to put, do the VAR shield on top. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put red lights back here and then amber down each side. Probably do 8 across the back, depending on what size I get. And then do 4 down each side and light it up. And then put the logo up on the very top, clean it off, and put the logo up there and just stand it up a little bit, just enough, just to stand it up for giggles. That's what I'm gonna do with that VAR shield up there, is put 8 across the back and then probably 4 down each side, 3 or 4 down each side, and light it up. So I think next weekend, depending on what happens this weekend, I know I need to get 2 tires. I've got to do tires, but I think I might pull that intake off up there that's all bent and cattywampus and pound it out and put 2 lights on it and light that thing up like a torch. So yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Tired of looking ugly. Even though everybody says, leave it alone, that's how we recognize you. Yeah, I want stuff to look nice. So I think I'm going to do that. So, okay, let's keep going. Alright guys, welcome back. It is the next day. I had to go to a birthday party last night, so I didn't get quite done here. So I got the heater box back in, heater core's in. I washed it out. It was so nasty. It was somewhat plugged up, so I took dish soap and shoved in there and took a garden hose, put on one side, put a little bit of water in it, shook it up really good, and then shoved the garden hose back in it and washed it out really well. It was nasty. I mean, absolutely nasty. So did that, got it all washed out, flows really well now. So hopefully the heater will work better. So I went ahead and I painted stuff last night. Like I said, like I showed you guys, it was just bare metal. So I went ahead, shot some paint on it. Now keep in mind, it's just a rattle can. It's not professional. It didn't sandblast it, didn't prime it, nothing. It just, I had a red, IH red in the trailer, what I painted my landing gear with. Again, like I told y'all before, IH red's my favorite color. So I'll flip you around here. Again, heater box is in. Had to go get some new screws. I got bolts for these up here. These are just screws. I should have got screws or bolts with nuts to put in here, but because they set flush, so I don't know how that'll work. So that's the bottom of the box. It was somewhat wet when I put it in here last night. I was in a hurry, but heater core's in, blower motor's in. This is where the resistor would go. I pulled the resistor out and just 2 wires hooked, to ground toggle switch. These heater cores are extremely hard to find. Extremely hard to find. So I'm just trying to baby this one, and we'll try to locate another one if I get someone to make it. I'm not sure, or find another good used one. Just to have, because this thing's so beat up. So, but blower motor's in. Blend doors back in. All this crap's hooked back up except for this plug here, which doesn't matter. It doesn't control anything. At least I don't think it does. It might. I better hook it back up. Probably goes like turn signals or something stupid. So I gotta clean that mess up there. I pulled this thing out last night to get the box back in. Pulled this out and it had crap on it. It's broke. I'm probably just going to leave it off for now, since I don't have the blower motor hooked up in the bunk. I don't care for heating the bunk during the winter. I've got plenty of blankets. I like it cold. So where's that? So here is the one cover. Again, bugs got on it last night from sitting out. It's not the best. I'll sand it down and redo it right when I get home. Here's the other cover. Again, it's just IH red. IH red. Bugs got in it already. But that's what happens when you do it outside. I'll pull it apart when I get home. Sand it all the way down. Prime it. Then do everything right and make it look nice. Might see if I can find a nice maroon. So, men's bathroom's open now. If anybody needs it. So that's what's going on, and just about done. I'm not going to kick the heater valves on yet. Being running the Midwest, it's not that cold out. I can deal with it. So, but once I start going back to North Dakota, then we'll kick the heater valves on, because it's getting down into the 40s out there at night. So everybody have a good day. God bless.